Hi, welcome to legaltranslations.net, where we speak the language of your world. Well, last week, um, this building that you see back here, the Miami-Dade Courthouse, was closed off because of some structural issues, some damage to the building, and this is all due to the Surfside condo collapse. So now the county is on edge and they're having all the buildings being inspected, and out of an abundance of caution or for hype, they're evacuating buildings left and right. And there was a hearing that was held last week in the children's court. So about 4 blocks away from this, there's a children's court, which is a lot bigger, a newer building for the Surfside condos lawsuits or lawsuit. And there were about 70 plaintiffs there, 70. So I was told that was pretty crazy. Well, also want to let you know what also happened that week. I had an arbitration, and in this, a non-binding arbitration over Zoom, confidential, of course. But I wanted to talk about some of the technical issues during that arbitration. So there was an interpreter on one side, and there was an interpreter on the other side. And our side was okay. We didn't have any technical issues. But I noticed that the interpreter on the other side, it was not her fault. She's an excellent interpreter, federal court certified interpreter, just as I am, really good. The issue was that the uh, person on the other side, not the attorney, but the attorney's client, was not at the office of the attorney. Um, and they were not properly prepared on how to use the technology. And so that happens a lot. When your client, if they are not technologically savvy, I would suggest bring them over to your office, have an assistant, or you set up a computer for them and have them on the Zoom on a computer, not on their phones, right? Not on their phone. In this case, the person couldn't appear by camera. They couldn't be seen. The arbitrator wanted to see the person's face. Opposing counsel obviously wanted to see the person's face. Um, especially when they're testifying. So you want to see the person, and you need to train your clients on how to do that. It doesn't make you look good, doesn't help your case if your client doesn't want to appear on camera or if they can't appear on camera. There's another issue with the Zoom. If you want them to hear what's going on throughout the entire hearing, the interpreter has to call them on the phone. So if they're using their phone for Zoom, their audio is going to be silenced on the Zoom. You won't be able to hear them any longer on Zoom, but only on the phone call. You can still see their video. So, but then when it's their turn to testify out loud in the Zoom meeting, they have to um, hang up with the interpreter and go back on the Zoom. This is all because nobody uses the Zoom simultaneous interpreting feature, which is great. Nobody even knows it exists. There's a video about that on our channel. Um, I think what you can take away from this is always bring your clients over to your office and have a computer for them or practice with them. If they're good with computers, practice with them before the hearing. Turn on, send them a Zoom link, your own personal Zoom link, and have a practice session of that. And tell them that they need a computer, not their phone, not their phone. Because what we do is I'm just like I am right here. I'm using this as a mic, and I have them online. I have them on the other side of the call, and I'm calling them, and I'm interpreting simultaneously everything that's going on in the meeting while they are on mute and I'm on mute as well on the Zoom. So our voices cannot be heard on the Zoom. When it's their turn to testify, we put this aside and uh, they testify through the Zoom. Well, that's it for today's video. This beautiful building up here, um, it's historic. I remember one of my first memories when I was a young child. I was 5 years old, and my mother, who was an attorney, brought me to this building. So I remember the inside of this building back from when I was 5. Well, thank you very much for visiting us at legaltranslations.net, where we speak the language of your world.